Yo mateys! Today I'll be showing you a couple of simple and fast clocks and how they can be used with dispensers and water streams to feed into sorting systems. Firstly, I will be demoing two of the simplest and fastest clocks. Secondly, I will be demoing how to use these simple clocks in combination with dispensers to feed into a water stream with an off switch. Thirdly, I'll be showing you how to build them and explain what they are doing as I go along. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Let's get cracking. So, one of the simplest clocks is a repeater clock. A repeater repeats a signal, either 1, 2, 3 or 4 ticks, so we're just going to have it set to 1 for now. And all it is one repeater faces one way and the other repeater faces the other way. Now to start this, you need to place a signal beside one of these redstone bits of dust, but you have to destroy it really quickly. So it comes on like that. Now, if you don't destroy it quickly, the whole thing's locked on, right? So let's turn that off. So one trick you can do if you're really struggling with this is you can use an observer and it will give a 1 tick pulse. So if you put a little, you'll get it on as well. And there we go. We've got quite a fast clock. The fastest clock, I think, because just 1 tick, 1 tick. Okay, this clock will do the same thing, but work in a different way. We've got an observer. An observer, like I said before, observes what's in front of it. So what we do is we place another observer. And each observer is observing the other observer changing. So that's how this clock works. So if you actually take a signal out of this observer, you see they're going alternately. However, this clock is currently half the speed of the other clock. So you can speed it up, and this is how you do it. It's a little trick. You move the observer. There we go, and you'll notice it's now twice as fast. I'm not quite sure why this works. I think it's because the observer's already in the game when you're doing that sticky piston, and they are observing each other changing and not waiting for the other one, but I'm not quite sure, so don't quote me on that. But to get this clock, this observer clock, as fast as this repeater clock, that's the trick. Okay, that's great. You got your clocks, you fire out whatever you want. Now I want to show you this setup where it pumps into a water stream. And this is the same clock as the first clock. It's a repeater clock. It looks slightly different, and the reason it looks slightly different is because it's got a block here instead of redstone. But trust me, it is the same, because if I look here, and let's see, to get this the right way around. If you look here, that is the same setup with this block. Now you see I switched them around there, those repeaters, and the reason is for it to work like this, you have to have the repeater feeding into the block. Otherwise, it can't light the redstone beside it. Okay. So if we go back to the build over here, I'm going to put some things in the sorting system just to demo it working. Here's some blocks. Very good. And they are coming out, and the whole system is on, as you can see. The way this is working is we are sensing when there's something in this hopper which is coming out of this chest, and a signal is being taken. The first thing I do is reverse it. The reason for that is because the signal's really short. It's only 1 block, so we need to boost it. And then we flip it again so that we get the actual signal. And then we just push this block into our circuit. However, the one little snag is, for this setup, you've got to have a trigger. And this is the trigger here. So let me put some blocks in, and I'll show you again. There you go, trigger off, circuit activated, and blocks are coming out. Very good. Now this is a bit tidier. It's the observer clock. It doesn't need the trigger in the same way. All you're doing is pushing the observer against. It's a really simple circuit, and it is my preferred option. So let's just see it in action. Put some blocks in there, and yep, you'll see blocks are coming out here, one's here, and it's going into the dispenser and coming out the top. And then once this runs out, let's help it along, the whole thing is shut off. There we go. Now, this is my main use for clocks, is to feed into water streams, and the reason is because I like to sort all my items, but it's really it's easy to move items down in Minecraft, but not up. So this is a really this is the way I do it basically, and I want to show it to you guys. So for building these two clocks, we'll start with the repeater one first. I'll show you how that works. So obviously I've half built these, and they're feeding into just a normal sorting system. You'll see sorters all set up like that. So I'm putting a dispenser, and then I'm enclosing this area because I need to make a water stream. Now what I have to tell you is, to get the bubbles going upwards in a water stream, what you need is soul sand. So place some soul sand at the bottom of the water stream, and then I'll just enclose that. And if I get a water bucket, I can fill that up, and you will see that it starts bubbling. Here we go. Bottom one, bubbly bubbly. Second one, third one, fourth one. Ha! I've missed one. You see that? So the bubbles only come so far up, but when I hit it there, yep, there we go. Bubbling away. So there we got our dispenser set up. Now this is being fed by a hopper. The hopper senses a signal when it's to sense when it is got an item in it, and the first thing we do is reverse that, and just to boost it, and then we feed round our signal into the two things we need, which are the sticky piston that's going to put the block in and out of the circuit, and the trigger that's just going to kick the circuit off. Now remember what I said, you have to put the repeater facing towards the block, then to circle it round back out, otherwise it won't work. There we go. So let's have a try. We are working. Excellent. Yeah, you see the blocks getting stopped like this. One way to get around that is just to put some glass blocks there. And that's one way to get around it. Although I do like them firing up in the air. There you go. Now I've realised I'm using a block here that's not being sorted at all. It should. Where will it stack up? It'll stack up here. Yeah. Right, forget that. We're not doing a video on sorting systems really. We're doing a video on clocks. So I'm going to set up this. That's the first clock working. I'm going to set up the second one. And what I need is a dispenser. I'm using some of this tinted glass. Be very trendy. All the rage. We got our hopper, feeds a dispenser from a chest. And we need a comparator. Comparator to take the signal. First thing we do is flip the signal to strengthen it, and flip it back. Got redstone. Redstone goes to sticky piston. Sticky piston is sticking observers. Right, let's put the observers down. They face each other. There we go. Facing each other. Very good. And I'll just grab that. There we go. We grabbed it because it was on. And that should be us, with the exception of the water that I haven't put in yet. Here we go. So, oh, and the soul sand. Get my head if it wasn't screwed on. Soul sand. Very good. Water. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this one. And there we go. And what I think we need to stop it going up again is a couple of blocks there. Right. So let's put in some items to show you it's sorting. We've got just a normal sorting system here, you see. Very good. And we put in half a stack of torches and half a stack of smooth stone. Items will be taken from the top of that chest first. And you can see them feeding up to the water stream. Let's see. Here they are coming into the chest. Should be. Am I onto the red torches yet? Obviously not. Did we do the torches already? No, I think we're still waiting for the torches. We must have done the torches. Right, let's try that again. 64. Yep. And that is it. That is the simple sorting systems. Water stream. Feeding into water stream with simple fast clocks. So this is my preferred design. I take a screenshot of that one because it's more compact. But there's something nice about this one. It's got its actual little trigger here that feeds in. Let's put some more blocks in just to show you. So that's it for the feeding into water streams. Of course, you could be using a clock for any application. You could be, for example, getting a whole stack of fire charges and firing them at your mate's base. What's the point of Minecraft if you can't do that? There we go. See what a mess I can make of my creative world. I turned fire tick off, so it's alright. It's alright. That's the video for now. That's the clocks. Simple clocks. Not a problem. But I really like the off switch because otherwise it clicks away like nobody's business. And another thing that I would like to share with you is if you've got the off switch, you can put lamps on to show when you're sorting. So for example, if I took a signal from this torch and this torch. Oh, that's not that lamp. Oh yeah, that'll work actually as well. Fine. From these two lamps, and let's put some stuff in. Lamp comes on when sorting, so you know you could have this right deep down in the ground at bedrock level. You wouldn't hear the ticking. All your stuff would drop down to the bottom, but you could still have a signal being sent back up saying, "Hey, we are sorting, currently sorting." Be warned. In this example so far, I've been using dispensers, but for actual sorting systems, you should use droppers or arrows will fire instead of being dropped, and buckets are really going to mess up your water stream. Right. Okay, last thing. I thought I'd show you a real world example. This is my new base I've started on the Droid Lincoln server, and here are two sorting systems connected with a water stream. If I drop some items in this chest, you'll see the blocks moving up the water stream. And we have a condensed version of the observer clock feeding into the first water stream. This feeds the big brick encased sorter that sorts some basic blocks. And then we have a second water stream that supplies the next sorting system that uses a version of the repeater clock and feeds this large tunnel-like sorting system that's meant to look like a big diesel ship engine. Why not? Anyway, I just thought I'd show you some real-world examples there, and that's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.